here at Bowman Library with a whole new middle grade book spotlight. So our theme for this week is inspired by something that you might be experiencing even today, or later this week, or maybe you already have, or maybe it's coming, and that is the start of the school year. That's right, you know, that first day of school, that first week. Some of you are so excited for it, others of you, you are absolutely dreading it. You are so disappointed summer's over. But the books we're going to take a look at today, school plays an integral role in the plot with the characters, the setting, any of that combination. That way we can get some, hopefully maybe some inspiration to make the start of our school year even that much more amazing. So we have 6 books we're going to take a look at. So let's get started. Our first one is Mercy Suarez, Cant Dance. Now it's the start of 7th grade for Mercy and things have changed. Her older brother has left to go to school. He's off at college. So now she is the oldest in the house, which has some added responsibility. She's constantly having to babysit her twin nieces, which is something she really doesn't want to be doing. She's constantly then having new responsibilities, especially at school, where she finds herself being sucked into helping at the school store. Now, as part of her responsibility of helping at the school store, she then also has to sell tickets for the Valentine's Day Heart Ball, which is something she's not even really into. But then what's even worse is because of this, she is then forced to work with Edna, who is her bully. Like, she wants nothing to do with her, but they have to work together. And before she knows it, of course, there's gonna be some drama with that. Now, this realistic book takes a look at middle school, family, and trying to figure out who you are. And it's filled with humor that is so true. Now, this is a sequel that Mercy Suarez Changes Gears is the first one. I will tell you, that one is amazing as well. You don't necessarily have to read that one in order to understand the plot in this one, but there are some overlapping storylines. There are some characters that do carry over, but it's an amazing standalone as well. This is Mercy Suarez Cant Dance. Okay, Wink. Ross just wants to be a normal 7th grader. All he wants to be known for, but that's easier said than done. When you are known as the classmate who has eye cancer, that's right. Ross has been diagnosed with this extremely rare tumor that's in his eye, and all he wants to do is hang out with his best friends and avoid the class bully, you know, all those things that normal students get to do. But instead, he's undergoing surgeries, serious treatments, and these treatments leave him feeling worse than he did when he walked in. And then there is the fact that they had to permanently close his eye. So it looks like he's constantly winking all the time. Ross is extremely angry about this. None of this is supposed to be happening to him. He is supposed to be enjoying school, having friends, going out, you know, hanging out with people. So he's super angry about this, and justifiably so. Now, when his world is opened up by exploring music, and Ross starts to find this passion for this, all along with the support of his best friends, because, you know, that's going to be important too. Ross knows he can survive cancer in middle school, but there are going to be some bumps along the way. This realistic book, which is inspired by the author's life, the author went through this, is one that takes a true look at cancer. And while it does have positive moments, there's also moments in here that aren't so positive. But that's reality. That's the truth. And that's not, you know, you will totally be there with Ross, and it will shed some light and open your eyes to maybe what other people are experiencing and how we can empathize with them. This is Wink. Because of Mr. Turup, and this is one of my favorite books in general, but one of my favorite school stories, like, ever. So it's the start of 5th grade, and there is this new teacher in the building. His name is Mr. Turup. And as the story progresses throughout the events of the year, okay, so it takes you through one whole school year, you learn about each student in the class and not only get to know them in the room, but also outside of school. Because life is complicated, and it impacts everything, including what goes on at school. While his students love his class, there are some other people in the school and the community that they're not sure if they like Mr. Turup's teaching styles and classroom decisions. Everything comes to a head one fateful day on the playgrounds in the middle of a snowball fight, and you'll need to make your own decisions and opinions as well. Now, this is told through numerous points of view. All the students you meet have a point of view. You hear everything that goes on through their eyes. You will fall in love with this book, like I did. You will probably even have a favorite character, but you may not because they are also amazing. This is the first in a completed series. I will tell you, you do need to read them in order. This is the first one because of Mr. Turup. Stuck. So Austin is starting 4th grade and once again is at a new school. Because he has moved around so much, he's never finished a school year at one school. He's always started at a new school. Like he's always changing schools. Because he has moved around so much, he has gotten so good at being able to hide the fact that he not only does he struggle with reading, but he really honestly doesn't know how to read. Things are different at this new school though. When he makes a new friend on the first day, there's this quiet, small kid named Birdie who is like basically assigned to be his buddy, give him a tour. And one of the things Birdie brings up is he's super energetic about the fact that there's going to be this safety squad. And he wants to be part of it, and he thinks Austin should be part of it too. And Austin is really excited. It sounds like a great idea, but there's just one catch. There's a test he has to take and he has to pass. And there's no way he's going to be able to do that, especially since he can't really read. This story dives into what it's like to be an individual with dyslexia, as that is what Austin has, and it will shed light and insight so that you will either know what it's like if you know someone else who has that, or you can relate to Austin if you're dyslexic as well and what he experiences. Incredible story. It is pretty short. It's it's doable. But it packs a punch. This is Stuck. The smartest kid in the universe. Okay, new Chris Gravesine. If you've done Mr. Limoncello, this is his new series, so you know kind of what you're in for. Now, Jake is 12 years old. He'd rather be at home playing video games than being at school. But things quickly change when he accidentally eats a whole jar of jelly beans that are actually a scientific experiment. And the deal with these jelly beans is they raise your IQ to the point where Jake is the smartest individual on the whole planet. Now, along with his two best friends, Emma and Kojo, the three of them then partner up, and they're going to use this to their advantage, maybe. They join the quiz bowl team. Jake wins every single competition, let's be honest. And then they're asked to help find hidden treasures and problem solve, which they do. They even get sucked into the FBI to help them solve crimes. Right? How crazy is that? Now, through all of this, though, they uncover a plot that the principal of their school wants to sell their school. But they know they cannot let that happen because they find out that the school itself, the building, is sitting on what's known as hallowed ground. It's an ancestral burial ground. It cannot be touched for numerous reasons. And it's going to be up to Jake and his two best friends to stop this from happening. This humor-filled, puzzle-solving, non-stop action book will have you maybe wishing that you were the smartest kid in the universe. Maybe, or maybe you don't want that type of responsibility. This is the first in a series. We already have book 2. If you like a good humor-packed book, smartest kid in the universe. And our last one for today is Muffled. So Amelia is getting ready to start 5th grade, and it's now the time that her parents, her teacher, and counselor, they want her to give up, or try to give up at least, these noise-canceling headphones that she's always wearing because they help her to deal with her noise sensitivity. Now, her father, who also deals with this, he knows exactly what she's going through, gives her a pair of purple fluffy earmuffs to help her. She still has something on her ears. It kind of gives her some safety and some security. And soon she finds herself on the start of a new journey throughout the school year, from trying to fit in and having others understand her and what she experiences, to making new friends, to having to take music class and learning to play the trombone, especially with her noise sensitivity. This realistic book will give you the chance to live and see things through the eyes of someone else and to gain some empathy for people who are around us that have various sensory things going on. This is Muffled. So these are just 6 of the books that we have here at the library that are school story inspired. That's right. So feel free, come on in, check out one of these. Maybe they'll inspire you to have even a more incredible school year than you're already going to have. I hope you tune back next week when we have a whole new middle grade book spotlight, and I hope you have an amazing week.